Hey, what's happening, everyone? Hope you're doing well. So today starts the journey on the 7-second resume secrets. And I'm being very, very serious. And some of you might be skeptical, but open your mind, as we said, we're going through on this journey, that what I'm going about to teach you in these secrets here have not only changed my life, but it's helped me change people's lives all over the world, from students all the way up to CEO level, sorry, and different levels in between. And so what I want to say to you is if you, right, when you master these secrets, it's not only going to change your life, it's not only going to change your confidence, it'll enable you to break the cycle and change the lives of people around you as well. And that's what we're doing here as part of this community, as part of what we're doing here. Okay. So 7-second resume secrets. Let's go. Sharing screen. Yes, I am. Okay. And so then the first question is, where the heck do you start? Oh, there we go. Where the heck do you start, right? And so for me, before we go on, I'm suggesting that for you guys to go through and read go through the mindset and the most common mistakes if you haven't gone through that already, okay? Because in there, one of the questions I ask people is that to rate your CV, rate the resume, right? And some people say, I need a job now, and I'm just going to skip the mindset, give me the techniques and tools and tactics. And I completely get that because I used to be that impatient in the past, right? But one of the biggest things I want to tell you guys as you're going through this course, this module, and this community is success is 80% psychology and 20% tactics and strategy and mechanics. Okay. So I can teach you all the tools and strategy and mechanics, but how you feel and how you believe and how you act, that comes from the inside. And that takes a lot more work to get, a mindset is a journey. That's never ending. Okay. Right. So for this, I said, go and do it. And I asked this question in there, but if you haven't done it at the same time, I'll ask you right now on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being amazing, how would you rate your current CV or resume as it is at this point? Right? And that number is how you feel about your CV resume right now. Right? And that's a baseline because it doesn't matter what I believe or what anyone else believes. It's what you believe about all of these things. Okay. It's all up to you and what you believe. So that's the baseline. That's what we're working on. And then whatever the number is, what I'm trying to do and want to get you to do is to get it to a 9 or a 10 plus by the end of the CV resume secrets journey, right? A resume secrets journey. That's what we're doing here. 7 seconds, right? 7 seconds is important. I'll come back to that as we go through all this as well. Okay. So where do we start, right? And so I get a lot of messages a lot of time to say, can you review my resume? Right? Most people want to start with a resume because, if you've been been in the same job for a long time, you haven't dusted it off the shelf in a long time, or you've been out of work and you've been applying for jobs and you're not getting anything, and that's maybe why you're coming into this community, okay? And the point I say to people is there's nothing wrong with you guys. It's just the change of the mindset, change of perspective that we need to go through to understand that your resume doesn't matter. Now, as you go through all this course and modules, I say, well, I call it CV, I call it resume. It's interchangeable to me, okay? It doesn't matter, right? And somebody's like, what the heck are you talking about? My CV, my resume, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. It really, really doesn't. And the reason for that is what I tell people all the time is, okay, the next adventure starts with the job description first. Before you look at your CV, before you look at the resume, you need to understand the job description first. Stephen Covey talks about seeking first to understand, then to be understood. He talks about that, right? And for me, I'm saying is, how are you supposed to apply for a job and you're looking at yourself first when you don't understand what the job is looking for, right? And what happens is a lot of people is using one CV, one resume, one size fits all. It's like, no, you got to change it and understand what each job is applying for and then tailor accordingly. It's like, and some of you might be thinking, that sounds like too much like hard work. And what I'm trying to say to you is there's some tools and strategies I'm going to teach you to make the process that much quicker, faster, and easier. And I've proven it in so many different industries and all over the world. So why the heck not for you? Okay, the tools have been proven to help people all over the world. That's the common denominator. What's different is your situation and where you are, and what you've tried and not tried in the past, right? And what your mindset's like as well. That's the difference here. Okay, so your next adventure starts with the job description, and I want you to think of a job description as a list of problems. Because if you think about it, they wouldn't put out an ad for help if they didn't have problems they need and they didn't have the right resources or the right expertise or the right person to come in. Okay. And so every problem is an opportunity in disguise. Thank goodness they have problems. Thank goodness they need someone to come in, because that gives you an opportunity to be that person. Right? And your mission, and think of it as a mission, is that you need to convince the hiring manager that you are the best person to come in and save the day, right? And, we can make fun and jokes. I'm a huge comics and cartoons and all that. That's what I grew up with. And even now as a dad growing up, I still love my comics and cartoons as well, right? And there's that iconic Superman, when he comes in to save the day and he changes into his suit to go and, right? And like I'm saying to you is, there's method to the madness, as I said on the introduction video, okay? And what I'm trying to say to you is that's the mindset you got to bring to the table, that you got to believe that you're the best person to come in and save the day and fix those problems. If you don't believe it and you don't feel it in here and be able to clearly articulate and communicate it on a piece of paper, it's not aligned. Okay, and you'll see I'll talk about alignment and I'll talk about synergy a lot. Okay, there's method to all the madness, that every step builds up to the next step, to the next step, to the next step, to make your life so much easier. Okay. And so for a lot of people, when they come in, it's like, as an introvert myself, right? Scared all the time to, scared a lot to speak up, hated public speaking. This was a scary concept for me to learn. Okay. But I'm here today because I've overcome some of that. Okay. And my mindset of hating bragging and not liking any of that either. I've had to come up and sort that out as well. Right. But what I want to say to people, and I've talked about it before, is you have to go through the hiring manager, but you also got to go through the gatekeepers as well. Right now, the gatekeepers in this space, remember, is the people in recruitment that might not be experts at what you do, and also the people in HR that are not, they're generalists, they're not experts in the different departments within there. So your CV, your resume needs to be able to pass all of them at the same time. Okay, so we'll just park that for the moment. Okay, so then your question might be asking, how the hell do we find these problems in the job description? How do you? Yeah, and here's right. Find a job description first off that excites you and scares the shit out of you at the same time, and make it a live job description as you're going through this. Because my point about this, what I want from you is that when you finish the exercise, when you finish these tools, you have something ready for a job that you're excited about that you can apply straight away. This is not just theory. This is for you to do it as quickly as possible and land a job as quickly as possible. Right? That's what I want for all of you and for you to understand this and go through this as well. Okay? And how do we do it? You use AI to make the task that much easier. In the past, I would have taught you how to read a job description, right? But in this day and age, my point I say to people all the time, and the whole point of all of this is that you work harder and not you work smarter and not harder. And AI can help make that task easier. Okay, so I'm suggesting ChatGPT, but you can use whatever. There's Bing, there's different AIs out there. It doesn't really matter. Use different ones to see which one you're more comfortable with, right? But the prompt you're putting in is to review the job description and highlight the key points and rank keywords in order of the most to the least important, right? So what does that look like? So what I did earlier today, I looked for, I decided to look for a job description. I put it in ChatGPT and I used that prompt, right? Review the job description and highlight key points and rank keywords in order of the most to least important. And what I've done here, if you see on here, I've just copied what ChatGPT pulled out, and this was seconds like that, right? This is how quick it is. It took seconds for ChatGPT to review the job description. I just basically copied the job description I like the look of, and I pasted it into ChatGPT, and I put that prompt to review job description, highlight keywords, highlight key points, and rank keywords from the most to the least important. So this is what it came in on this job. And you will see here that I've taken out the company name because it doesn't really matter the company name. It's just more about understanding here, okay? So the overall responsibility for the senior project manager is to manage smooth operation of software delivery across different products, right? Working within the research and design organization, right? R&D. Okay, so it talks about obviously project management. Now, again, these are keywords. Think of them as problems. It talks about project management. Okay, you'll be managing the full SDLC. So the service delivery life cycle, I think that is right. And project managers will but basically it's the life cycle of the project. Okay. And so show me. So if you think about it, if they're looking for someone with project management, show me examples of how you dealt with project management in the past, right? Talking about cross-functional work. This role will work with different departments to get things done. As happens with most projects, you need different departments because the project at the end of it needs to be able to connect and work with all different projects. It talks about cross-functional work, resource management, okay? And this is highlights, and obviously talking about experience and skills, all these things, right? But the, you understand what the job's all about, what it's all going for, and then it's going to give you some keywords, right? So now, keywords here, it talks about project management, it talks about technical expertise, it talks about cross-functional collaboration, leadership, communication, operational improvement. So think of all these keywords as different types of problems they're going to need you to come in and help with, right? Now, in this one here, ChatGPT has ranked the keywords as project management, technical expertise, and they put a ranking to it. But at the same time, take it, look at it, see it, and make a judgment call. Read the job description, put it through ChatGPT, and make a judgment call. This is a suggestion, top keywords for this role. Okay. Now, as you can see, what I say to people is, when you look at these here as the keywords, make sure these keywords show up in your resume. But we're not just making a CV or a resume full up of keywords. It's how we use it as well when I talk about it as part of another module as you move forward, okay? But these need to be in there because this is what they're looking for. And that's it, really. As you do your job description, find a job you like, put into ChatGPT, use the prompt is there. Questions, queries, you let me know, and we'll do my best to ask that as you're looking for that job. What I was just going to say, right? Okay, so I'll go back to here, right? So we're in the prompt as we talked about there, and review the job description. Okay, now last but not least on this bit here is I talk about corporate empathy and language matters, right? And what I mean by that is, every company out there has its own jargon, right? A corporate jargon, as I talk about it sometimes. It's, it's part of the culture, right? Each company, as you know, has their own culture and the way we do things around here, right? So when you use their language, it shows them that you're already part of them, okay? When they read, and remember, as I said before, your resume needs to go through the gatekeepers in HR. You need to go through the gatekeepers in HR, the recruiters, and they're not experts. So if they say quality assurance, make sure you use their keywords on your CV or resume of quality assurance. Some other one would say quality control, quality inspection, right? Quality review. It can mean all the same thing, but use exactly their language, which you can take out from ChatGPT and use their keywords. It doesn't matter what you call it, it matters what they call it, okay? So as part of this here, you found a job description, keep hold of the job description, and we're going to be using that as part of the CV resume to build your resume tailored for that one role. Because once you understand how to do it for one role, it makes it so much easier to connect and tailor for every other role in the future as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Again, any questions, any queries, any key takeaways from this module, add it in the Skool community. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. And again, as I say to you guys, this course, this module, what we're doing here, this community, only matters if you use it, you do the work, and you tell me what's working or not. If it's not getting you the results, if you're confused, it's not your fault. It's mine, because obviously I haven't explained it properly. So ask your questions, do the work first, ask your questions, and I'll do my best to help and clear things up. And share your perspective on other people as well. Your opinion matters, right? Your opinion is valued. Your perspective is priceless because it's unique to you as well. Thanks very much, guys, and looking forward to the next training module.